Moore,
Here.
O'Kane,
Here.
Shaner. Here. Scott.
Here, could we stand for a moment of
Water.
silent prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we have a special occasion where we have Ryan come up. We're going to have the retiring chief come up and his last formal time to speak to the public. And Ryan, when he gets ready to do your deal, your family's welcome to come up and be in the pictures. Whatever they want to do is fine. Chief, go ahead. And
thank you, Mayor. First of all, Chief Collins, I had no prepared statement, but when the mayor says speak, you speak. He said to talk a couple words. So I would just like to say briefly how grateful I am for this for the opportunity to have had a career here. I think that you're incredibly fortunate with the chief that you're getting. Ryan is somebody who is highly professional, high character, and will lead this department by example. I'd just like to say thank you to Sioux City Fire Rescue. Obviously, I think it's, maybe I'm a little prejudiced, but I think the greatest department in this country. And it's because of the men and women behind me and the men and women in the stations right now. So I'd also like to thank the support departments here at City Hall. I don't think they get enough credit. We certainly couldn't do what we do without their support. So thank you for that. And finally, I'd like to thank my wife and family. My wife Tracy is here today. She's put up with me being gone a lot and a lot of things to sort of get to where you're going in this career. So without the support of family, it's very difficult. So with that, I'm humbled and appreciative of the Opportunities Council. Mayor Scott, City Council, Manager Padmore, with your permission, I will pin Fire Chief Ryan Collins.
let's do it.
Okay.
Ryan, do you want your family to come up? Come on, Mom and Dad, get up here too.
This way or this way?
You take it. You've got a photographer. You do it however you want to.
We also have a birthday boy here. Ready, Chief? Council, Mayor Scott, ladies and gentlemen, I present Fire Chief Ryan Collins.
Can I get 30 seconds?
You bet. Either you or Dan Moore speaks a lot. I'd sooner listen to you today, Chief, so go ahead.
Well, I do have a prepared statement, so
You can have my 3 minutes.
appreciate it. Just real quickly, it's with profound gratitude and a deep sense of responsibility that I accept the role as the 18th Fire Chief of Sioux City Fire Rescue. I'm humbled by the trust placed in me from City Manager Padmore, city staff, the men and women of Sioux City Fire Rescue. I'm keenly aware of the legacy of excellence this department embodies, and I look forward to what the future holds. I must first acknowledge and express my appreciation to all Sioux City Fire Rescue personnel who work tirelessly every day to ensure the safety and well-being of our community. Their commitment, bravery, and professionalism are the backbone of this department, and I'm honored to lead such an extraordinary team. I also want to extend my gratitude to Chief Everett, whose leadership has paved the way for our department to achieve many great things. His dedication and vision set a standard of excellence that we, as a department, will continue to uphold and build upon. I'm excited for the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. With dedication, teamwork, and relentless commitment to service, I'm confident that Sioux City Fire Rescue will continue to earn the trust and confidence of the community that we serve. Thank you once again for your trust in me, and I'm truly honored to be your fire chief. Thank you.
Interview for Parking and Skywalk Systems Board of Trustees, Tracy Stoneking. Tracy, are you here? Come on up and tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to serve.
Hi, my name is Tracy. I didn't know I would be doing, okay, good. Not so many people now. I currently manage Badgero Flats and Urbane 1220. Both are downtown apartment buildings. I am in the transition of stepping away from Bluebird Flats and Copper Flats. So I'm heavily involved with everything parking downtown. We currently, between all the buildings, we do use all the parking ramps. I've gotten to know the parking meter people. I want to know more about it and what I can do to help. Because there's a lot I don't understand, but I want to hear from the city side, but also I know a lot from the resident side.
Question?
I think you will be perfect for it because you were right using the skywalk, using the parking absolutely every day. And we are, that is a great asset that our city has. Not every city has a skywalk, so it's something that we want to make sure that we I was really excited to see your application. I'm curious, since you are in the area all day long, what are some areas that you feel like that we need to improve on in our skywalk, or what's something that you think that we could do differently? And before you get there, I do want to say I really appreciate that your attitude is I want to come to the table, I want to ask questions, I want to learn more and be part of it. But what's something do you think that we'd be able to work towards, or what's something you could identify as being a goal?
First, I need to hear more, like, from the city side, because I don't understand some of that. Like, the hours that it's closed, I understand because we don't have security at that time. We all deal with the homeless population, but we all have to do our part when they're camped out on our corner to move them on. So I've learned a lot more about our downtown. Part of this is going to be growing to hear the city part, but what can I do to help on my end? And also, what residents tell me, I can also report back to them, this is what's happening. Because sometimes they don't hear what's happening. They just think nothing's going on. Well, I can be their face right to them and tell them, this is what's happening. If that makes sense?
Yeah.
It does, it does. I think this will bring a new, unique perspective to residents who live downtown, a better understanding of why things are managed the way they are, and in reverse, their perspective can be shared with the...
Yes, because I hear it, Badgero, I have 70 apartments. Urbane, I have 56. Selden still manages Bluebird and Copper. There's 71 apartments and 30, and that's a great impact on the downtown area. But also, if residents are doing things they shouldn't be doing, then I can,
Sure, right.
I can take care of it on that end also.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay.
Anything else? Thank you. We'll let you know.
Very much.
Okay, thank you.
Today, the consent agenda is items 4 through 13C. You can consider those items to pass unanimously unless a separate roll call vote is requested by a council member. Anyone wishing to speak on an agenda item can come forward at the time that I read it. Anybody that wants to speak on an item not on the agenda can come up under citizen concerns. All speakers will state their name for the record and their address. With that, I'll move the consent agenda.
Second?
Reading of the August 15th and 19th City Council minutes. 5, motion reappointing Glenn Moore Jr. to the Inclusive Sioux City Advisory Committee. 6 is a resolution approving a grant agreement with the Department of Housing and Urban Development for continuum of care planning project grant funds. 7 is a resolution adopting plans and specs for the new utilities fields office building project. 8 are actions relating to street closures. A is a resolution temporarily closing Pier Street and the adjacent alleys for the Chamber Night Out event. B is a resolution temporarily closing various streets in Morningside area for the Siouxland Christian School homecoming parade. C is a resolution temporarily closing a portion of Grandview Boulevard and 13th Street for the Bishop Heelan homecoming parade. D is a resolution temporarily closing various streets in the Morningside area for the Starfest Marching Band competition and fundraiser. 9 are actions relating to agreements and contracts. A is a resolution approving a consulting services agreement with McClure Engineering for the Dace Avenue Leach Avenue 3-lane conversion project. B is,
On that one, I just want to point out, the council, in our preliminary designs and plans that we studied, we were in favor of what they're doing now, correct? I mean, it's all consistent. There haven't been any changes that I'm aware of. Is that?
not that I know of.
Okay.
B is a resolution approving a contract to CW Suter and Son for the Martin Luther King Jr. Transportation Center boiler replacement project. I need to abstain, conflict of interest. C is a resolution approving a venue agreement with Live Barn for the automated sports broadcasting system at the IBP Ice Center. D is a resolution approving order forms to the master services agreement with KPA Services for a safety software administration system. 10 are actions authorizing payments. A is a resolution approving change order number 8 and authorizing payment to RP Constructors for the 38th Street Booster and Station Improvement Project. B is a resolution authorizing payment to KP Construction for the Court Street Section 130 curb and sidewalk improvements. C is a resolution approving change order number 1 and authorizing payment to Cimarina for the Fire Department rescue boat. 11 is purchasing. A is a resolution awarding a purchase order to CDW Government for management software. B is a resolution awarding a purchase order to Sioux Falls Ford for 2 2024 Ford Maverick
Mayor,
pickup.
could I come in on that one? I just would like to commend staff for choosing smaller, more affordable, more gas-efficient vehicles to add to our fleet. We're thinking, how can we save some money? Will these still work for us if they're a little bit smaller? So thank you for doing that.
12 are applications for beer and liquor license. 13 are boards, commission, and committee minutes. That concludes the agenda. Anyone to be heard on any of those items? Passes 4-0. 14 is a hearing and resolution approving plans and specs for the 2025 utility lining project. I'll move that.
Second.
Hearing's now open. Anyone to be heard? Seeing none, the hearing is closed.
Councilman Moore, just waiting.
Daydream that.
Passes 4-0. Citizen concerns. Any citizens can come forward, state your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, council members and Mayor Scott. I'd like to introduce myself. I have been before council many times, many years ago. I've been away from Sioux City and have returned. I currently live at 2614 Douglas Street. I have recently become the new owner.
Need your name too, Scott.
Oh, sorry, Scott Mann.
There you go.
I have recently become the new owner of the Ida apartment building, which is at 1901 Pierce Street. A couple of winters ago, the building suffered a fire on the roof and was red tagged and has been unoccupied since then. I purchased this building with the intention of restoring it to new condition. I did manage the building in the past, so I am very familiar with the property. I spent the last 6 weeks cleaning the property out, make it more safe for the community. I'm working with Daryl Bullock at the Building and Safety to submit all the required documentation to get approved to start work and to install a new roof to protect the building from further damage. I understand that the previous owner was given a number of months to make repairs to the building, but after failing to take action, the building was moved to demolition status, after which the City Council required the previous owner to post a bond of $100,000 to be able to do any work on the property. I would like to ask the council to consider removing that bond requirement, as I am the new owner and I have a strong record of restoring red tag properties in Sioux City. I've successfully restored many red tag properties into new condition, meeting all the city requirements and contributing to the housing of Sioux City. I've always worked very well with Daryl and all city officials to restore these properties that were destined to be demolished and become empty lots. I'm hoping to submit documentation the city needs in the coming days to get the building scheduled on the city council agenda for a vote to stay the demolition. And I humbly ask that when the building comes up for the council agenda, with the support of the city, the council approves the stay of demolition without the requirement of the bond, with consideration of my track record of red tag successes. And also the fact that in my previous red tag restorations, I have not been required to post a bond. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Who'd you buy it from?
It's a company, M&J.
Who's that?
M&J?
M&J. M&J Investments, I think, was the name of it.
And they collected insurance on the building?
I believe they did, and actually, they collected insurance, and the insurance is holding a check for the demolition of $76,000. So that's earmarked. If I don't complete the building and it gets demolished, then the insurance company is going to pay the city $76,000.
Look.
Daryl Bullock, building inspections manager. The property does have a withholder. The state of Iowa, I should say, has got a requirement to hold back 10% or $10,000 from any insurance claim. Though I do have contact with those folks frequently. I haven't had any contact with the insurance company for a while, because at one point I did receive as I was moving forward with demolition, I did receive a letter and a call from an attorney's office here in town stating that the current owner was going to demolish the structure. So I informed the insurance company at that time that I would be holding onto that check until the completion of the demolition was done, and then I would make release to them. Mind you that we do not have that check in hand. That's something that the insurance, we do not have that check. And I'm not sure it's full 76. I think it's a little less than that, but it's in the 70s for sure. I can confirm that. So we do not have, other than us saying you can release it, that's all we have. We don't have the money in hand, so.
And what would the estimated demolition of that building be if it?
Oh, it would exceed 100,000. It would probably be closer to 150 or so.
Can you, I mean, he's got to work on this. We're not taking any action anyway, but can you confirm that 76 is still available?
I can.
Because I'd be willing to at least consider lowering the bond so that we still have 100.
Correct.
If that's 70, he may have to put up 30, but for me, I'd want to know that for sure.
Yeah. I can confirm that and get a council memo out on what's there for that.
Let us check on that. You get to work on your plans with Daryl.
Okay.
Okay?
Appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
Anybody else be heard? Seeing none, Mr. O'Kane.
It's short and sweet. Saturday, I went down to the Art Center. Amanda Browder was down there after fitting all of that fabric over the Art Center. It looks great. That's razzle dazzle. And that'll be on display for Art Splash, which is this weekend, so make sure that you stop out to see it. The building looks great. In the atrium, looking up and seeing it all around is really cool. Sunday, I played for the Siouxland Public Schools in the Wiffle Ball Classic, thanks to Siouxland Cares for hosting that event again. I'm happy to say that my team won. And then I
Dan's
played for
okay with
Siouxland
third
Cares
place,
and we
so
didn't.
what the heck?
All-time winning team, right? And then I just want to remind everybody that Thursday, from 2 to 4, we have the farewell for Fire Chief Tom Everett. It'll be from 2 to 4, so a good time to let him know what an impact he's had on our community. And that's everything.
Julie?
We have a lot of things coming up this week and next week around the community. I just want to remind everyone, watch for public notices on social media with parades, marching band competition. It's things to get outside for before we kind of close out this summer season. It's still summer. Last Food Truck Friday is this Friday. We'll have to watch for those food trucks scattered about the city beyond that. The heat, it has been very hot. Please keep yourselves hydrated. I personally fell ill because of dehydration. I thought I had a kidney stone, and it turned out I was very much dehydrated and had a very adverse reaction to it, so I get that. It's still construction season, so please be tolerant of all of the detours, and just know that there's a light at that end of the tunnel, at the other side of the tunnel, and we're looking for improvements all the time on these streets and roads.
Mr. Moore?
Just a couple of things that are important to me. I want to thank Chief Tom Everett, first of all, for his decades of service to the city of Sioux City. He did a terrific job, and I wish him well in his retirement. And then part of the reason why I wasn't voting timely is I was daydreaming about new Fire Chief Ryan Collins. And really, the firefighters, police, ambulance people, they all need the support of their family. And I was thinking, what a great family he has. I mean, both his parents are here for this, his siblings are here, kids are here. It's just unbelievable to see that kind of support that comes with being the fire chief, and it really reflects well on our community, I think. And it will continue to reflect. A lot of people are excited. I'm excited about Ryan Collins being our fire chief, and I look for great things to come from him. So that's what I was doing, was thinking how neat his family is, and Pat and Dick, his parents, are just super people, and I've known them for quite some time. The other thing I wanted to say is I appreciate Glenn Moore, Jr., making reapplication to be reappointed to the Inclusive Sioux City. I think that was a good move. I think he's a good member of Inclusive Sioux City, and we'll see some good things to come from Inclusive Sioux City going forward. That's all I have, Mayor.
Move we adjourn.
Second.
O'Kane?
Aye.
Shaner?
Aye.
Scott?
Aye.
Moore?
Aye.